They've got ability to score goals from distance. They've also got the ability to create very good opportunities with moments of magic out wide. And then within there as well, they've got a strength at set pieces. They're quite a big side. It's a good test for this Liverpool team in this moment, I think.
Yeah, it is, and a great test for Arne Slot. I think he enjoys it. I think he really enjoys those sort of tests, those really physical, traditional English sides. It is going to be interesting, like you touched on, like what our lineup's going to be, because there's so many options in there. But I'm really excited to get in there into Wembley as a champion, because it's going to be my first time in Wembley as a champion. That's going to be fantastic. Again, I'm going to echo both the guys. I'm a massive, I've got a lot of time for Crystal Palace fans. I've been to Selhurst Park a few times.
Great away as well,
It's fantastic.
It's got a garden, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's
So you're like,
absolutely great. It is going to be a really physical game, I think. I think we'll be well up for it, considering our recent form in the friendlies. We look extremely fit. We look quite physical ourselves. We look like we're up for a really tough game. And I think the players will be really relishing it as well. We'll definitely take it seriously this one.
I think with it, Kev, the manager's got to think through what it is that they're about. You know, as you said before, he'll be relishing that sort of prospect. But it will let him know where his team's at. You know, they have looked, I think, susceptible to a good counter-attack in a couple of these pre-season games. Not susceptible to counters like in a soft way, but if a team does clever things, they can get at Liverpool. That's the way it's looked. They've looked susceptible to, I think, especially set pieces, not necessarily corners, but to that sort of swirled free kick that I think you might get a fair bit of over the course of the campaign. And I think they've looked, to me, a little bit like a team that's been focused on how they're improving the attacking. But getting a game that's at the very least semi-competitive should mean that they just tighten that up a little bit. And I want to see how it looks when they do just tighten that up a little bit, make it a bit more compact, how it's going to all look.
I felt like a couple of the issues when we were conceding in the friendlies were just down to individual errors. You can be going for a 50-50 and it bounces off your knee, and it, Frimpong's got it, bounces off his knee and it goes to somebody else. All that space is left open. I think it's about shoring up the press and making sure that we're absolutely on it there, and that just takes time throughout pre-season, I think, in conditioning, making sure everybody's actually up to test. The big one for me is Mateta, because they can just hit that on ball to him, and he's so much of the handful. He's great with his feet as well. He's good on the dribble. Certainly think for certain centre backs have got a tough game. But again, like I said earlier, I think if agree.
the Milan game where Liverpool kept it calls on the counter attack, there was a bit of backlash all it was. Like, we look really dodgy at the back. We need centre halves, a bit of panic. I don't read too much into that, because in them type of pre-season games, it's not always about the results. Liverpool were focusing on controlling the ball down the end of the pitch and pushing players forward. But having said that, we did get caught on the counter-attack a few times, and Crystal Palace can hit you, as you've just said, on the counter-attack. So it will be interesting to see how Liverpool set up, how Liverpool approach the game, but also, again, who starts the game. And we're going to get into that in a minute. But
Well, the thing he says in the press conference, Josh, which I thought was interesting, was one goal will feel like it's more than one goal with the way Palace are. And I think, for instance, I saw Palace against Villa in the cup run that they went on at the semi-final. And, in a couple of the games, I felt Palace were the poorer side for the first 15 minutes. But then the opportunity comes, bang. And they are brilliant at going from one end to the other. And that, to me, is to say why I think it is such a challenge for Liverpool, because I'm not going to act as though that no team in the world counter-attacks as well as Crystal Palace. That's just not quite true. But few teams are significantly better than them at it. And it is the same group of players. Glasner's working with the lads who were brilliant at this last year. So whatever he's been doing at pre-season, it's just more work with them.
Yeah, and I think there's two sides to that counter-attacking thing. It's the attacking part of it, obviously, which is what they're particularly strong at. I also feel like they're strong at defending Leeds as well. At least they have been from the sort of the back end of last season in particular, which when I think they started to sort things out a little bit. They're always a strange side over the course of seasons. I think Palace, where they seem to take on like different identities, different points, and maybe Liverpool can catch them a little bit on the hop in sort of one identity where they're looking to shift differently into the season. We've mentioned there that they've got more continuity certainly than we do. I mean, we've got a brand new kit and things like that to look at. Even in an optical sense, it feels like we've got so much change to bear with. But Liverpool are a team who, if they can get ahead, they can feel like they can win a game. Palace are a team, like, if they feel like they can get ahead, they can go and win a game from there as well. So that's where I think Slot's saying that first goal is just going to be so crucial, because if Palace get it, I think Liverpool have got an uphill task, and I don't just mean that in the sense that they will be 1-0 behind. I think Liverpool have proven during this pre-season that one goal can always lead to more. Keogh mentioned the sort of counter-attacking and being prone to counter-attacking element before. But then if it's Liverpool getting that first goal, then I think it's a Liverpool team who look like they're ready to really swashbuckle going into the new season, look like they're really ready to, run some teams over with the new pace and power that they've got with these new signings that they've got in particular. And I'm really excited to see that play out on the pitch. Remember,
the no points to play is a big one, because in the league game, Crystal Palace approach is completely different. It's a fate.
Yeah.
It's a chance for them to really express themselves, and I say, you've won the FA Cup, beat the top side, go and beat them. Yeah, I think they'll have a real good goal at the weekend. I still think they're further going to come out on top, though. There's just too much quality being added.
I hope you're enjoying this free show at the moment. Loads of excellent, exciting stuff on the Anfield app. If you want to be part of the whole thing, you can download the Anfield app and go from there. Or you can subscribe via the YouTube membership as well for video-only content and other bits and pieces. We love doing these shows. We love that you watch them. So come, be part of the journey with us.